The dialogue before the meeting, we told you we're concerned about how do we know the people at HHS are working. So let me put this picture up. This is a picture taken at 10:40 a.m. last Monday at an HHS headquarters. It's like empty. And then we could have pictures of other parking lots that are similarly empty. Wow, the building's empty. If there's no cars, the building's empty.
What the fuck? Are you fucking serious?
We just appropriated $3 billion. Well, first, tell me this, please. Can you give a breakdown of how many full-time employees are at their desk in one of these buildings every day?
Senator, when you take a look at the workforce at HHS, and we're close to 90,000 throughout the country, and working in various parts of the country, some here in headquarters. By the way, headquarters, we have an underground.
I got limited time, so this may be misleading. So tell me, of what percent of the employees are at their desk, full-time employees are at the desk on any given day? And I don't mean to be rude, it's just so limited time.
No, and I appreciate that. And our folks are working full-time.
No, but how many are at their desk as opposed to being at home or someplace else, a coffee shop or whatever?
Yeah, what we make sure we care about is that they're performing and they're delivering, and that's why.
Well, that's not really answering my question, because I know the best practices now in many industries is to bring people back in. So is it 5%? Is it 10%? Is it 1%? How many folks are actually sitting at their desk in a government building when they are working full-time every day?
And we have folks who, as they're working full-time.
So it's kind of not a... Clearly, sir, you don't want to answer that question. And I don't mean to be rude, but you don't. And that kind of begs that the answer may not be flattering. What does generous telework policy mean? If somebody hired into that program, how many days a month would they be expected to actually be in a government building as opposed to wherever they wish to be?
And Senator, that would depend on the workers. Some people have never left their job, even during the height of the.
I'm not speaking about leaving their job. I'm speaking about being at their desk. And not speaking of some, but of a percent, if I may, because anecdotes are not data.
What the fuck, y'all? God damn! God damn! God damn!
You're limiting the scope of what we do. We have investigators who never sit at desks.
But say, take as somebody who traditionally would have been at their desk before the pandemic, please.
And depending on the work that has to be performed, they will be in the office at times. Sometimes they may be in the field. But what's
Can I
important
ask
is
just for the record, because obviously it doesn't seem, Mr. Secretary, you're prepared to answer that question.
Damn!
But for the record, can you give us a percent of the actual workers who are full-time, who would be expected to be at their desk, not an inspector in Louisiana, but someone else, if you can give it that for the record?
We can follow up, Senator.
Wow. The building's empty. If there's no cars, the building's empty.